rituals are powerful in some ways. It can be very effective. And I think it's a process, right? Because we say like it has its own sort of power, right? And it can be effective because nga tan ze, we say nga is the how should I say mantra, ze is the substances. So it has its own sort of power, right? So I think, of course, based on the understanding of bodhicitta and emptiness, the realization of the emptiness, chanjugasem and tongbanyi shirab. Based on that, then if we engage into some rituals, it can overcome obstacles, and it can make some achievement. Yeah, one doesn't have to learn them. It's up to the individual. Whether if the individual feels that rituals do help them, then of course. But if you don't feel it is suitable, and if you feel that it doesn't make any differences, then totally one doesn't have to engage into that. Yes. If you have a good foundation of understanding of the sutra, then on the top of that, the practice of tantra can be very helpful. Before having the understanding of the basic dharma or the sutra, I don't think a beginner should engage into it. It's like if you have bridge and there needs to be solid pillars, right? If you have solid pillars for the bridge, then it can carry the bridge and one can make use of that bridge. Thousands of cars can go back and forward, right? But if the pillars are not very strong enough, then bridge might collapse, right? And it will not make any contribution for the infrastructure, right? For the people who are traveling, right? Plus, if there's a collapse of bridge, it's a big problem. So the sutra is like the pillar for the bridge. And if the pillar is strong enough, with the right engineer, the right amount of sort of strength, then it can carry the bridge. Then thousands of people can cross, thousands of cars or bus and trucks can cross, and it is a big contribution, right? So similar for a tantric practice with a good basic understanding of sutra, then it is very good for your practice. Yes, I think one must be fully devoted into Buddha Dharma in order to receive any empowerment or initiation, plus some understanding of bodhicitta or the bodhicitta mind, which is known as Chanjugasem in Tibetan, and Tongni Tope Shirab, the understanding of realization of emptiness, right? So I think one needs to at least have some understanding of those subjects. Then based on that, if you have the devotion to whichever the deity, then I think one is ready for that. And basically you are giving permission. You are introducing the student and the yidam or the deity. You are introducing them. The teacher is giving you the permission to practice this, right? Once you introduce, then the teacher doesn't need to be there, right? He can speak directly to the the deity, right? So this is the idea, to give the empowerment. But even they come, they may get some how should I say, some blessing if they come by accident, right? And we don't believe in coincidence in Buddhism, right? There's some kind of some cause, right? Because, and why that particular person ends up in the room where there's a chenang or empowerment, right? So he might have some imprint from past life. So whether he will receive the actual empowerment or not, that is a different question. But maybe he might get some, I don't know, some positive imprint. Yeah.